And now for the Rude Boys rant.
Rude Boys! You know what I mean? Did I say who we are?
I don't. Well, you said who we are. I don't know about the
Okay.
individual names.
So this is the Dirty Immigrant.
The Scotland.
Yes, I. So hope you guys having a good Saturday night. It's the night before school starts. No,
School doesn't start tomorrow.
no. You know what I'm saying. You know, it's a weekend before school starts.
It's the eve before the night before school starts.
Yeah, it's the
something
eve
like
of the eve. You know what I mean? And thing. And so,
you know,
yeah.
the only thing I miss about going to class was just some of the different people I met. I mean, that's it. Not the journalism classes. I don't miss that. But you know, just getting to meet other people in other classes. I mean, that's,
Dude,
you know, that's what I miss.
after all that I've met lately, I don't miss meeting nobody.
You see that? You see that? But you know, I was talking to somebody today who, you know, she's graduated. She's about to leave the country to go play basketball. Shayna Gore, congratulations. And she said that when school starts on Monday, and she said, I don't have to go to class. She goes, it's going to feel weird. And I said, you know, my first Monday when school started that I didn't have to go didn't feel weird to me at all. And she goes, really? I said, no.
I don't remember mine.
Didn't feel weird at all. I just kind of went,
Life just went on for me because I was married through the whole school thing. So you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's true.
When you're married, it's just a continuation. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. But you know what I mean.
Well, but you already had a life going,
Yeah,
basically.
you know,
So it's
yeah.
okay, so now class isn't a part of it.
Yeah, class isn't a part of it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, when high school, when I was back home, and high school went out of the place, it felt different. You know, it's like, man, I don't have to get up. You know.
I will say it was weird when I first, obviously when class started here for me my freshman year, because you know, going to school somewhere different with rooms full of people that I had no idea who they were. You're getting stuck on that plastic thing on the floor.
That didn't look too good. Sorry.
For those of you listening on the radio, he was trying to scoot his chair back up, and he was stuck on this plastic piece that's on the floor. So instead, he was just kind of trying to rock back and forth to get it basically about 3 inches close.
Looking like I'm a Trey Songz song.
Dirty.
No, you know, I saw a new one that he's got, and he's doing it with some rapper that I've never seen before, and they're sitting there at a table. Him and a girl, not Trey Songz, but the rapper. And there's like candles. I mean, you know, a romantic scene.
Okay, yeah.
And he's telling her what he's going to do to her. Instead of sweet nothings, it's sweet.
Is that really sweet?
Well, to them it is, because the girl is sitting there going, you going to do what?
Well, she's also getting paid to be in the video, so, so
please.
she's acting.
She's like that in real life. I even trying to hear it. If you're a video vixen in Trey Songz video, yes, that's what you expect.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben, thanks for tuning
What's up,
in.
Ben?
And Deborah, thank you for tuning in. I saw her at work the other day.
Okay.
You know, telling me about some hot peppers, pepper sauce that you just have to dip your toothpick in it and put the drops in there, because that's all you can handle. It's so hot.
No, thank you, man. You know, I'll occasionally put in like a little bit of Frank's hot sauce or something into something I'm cooking, but a little bit of it, because it, you know, the flavor. I like the flavor of it, but I don't. You know, I'm not sitting there just dumping this stuff in there.
You know,
because that's too much for me. I like flavor. I don't want to set my mouth on fire.
Yeah.
I remember one time years ago, went to Taco Bell with Mr. Batla, And when we were walking out, I grabbed packets of mild sauce. And he goes, "Oh, come on, you got to be kidding me." And I said, "What?" He goes, "You're not man enough to get the hot sauce or whatever." I said, "Chuck, man, I like the taste of the mild sauce."
Yeah.
It's like, that's what I'm going for. I like the flavor. I
Yeah.
don't want to set my mouth on fire. That doesn't taste good to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Like some drinks that are not mild drinks, sometimes it's just for a taste.
Mm.
It's not to get blasted.
Yeah.
Sometimes
and
it's just a taste,
I like to get mild salsa. I like the taste of it, because to me you can taste it. You're not
Yeah.
sitting there going, "Whoo,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, oh
Well,
boy, that's hot."
I'm not a big fan
Wiping
of
your
the
sweat
hot
off.
sauce itself. I would
Mhm.
rather use the actual pepper. Because the pepper have a better taste than I believe to me.
Mm,
It have a more earthy taste
mm.
than to have the sauce.
Well, depending on what sauce you get, it's mixed with all
I know.
natural flavors and stuff
I know.
anyway. But yeah, no,
I know.
yeah.
I like.
If you're wanting just that pepper and not the mixture, I
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's what I was used to growing up.
Yeah.
I went to the backyard, pick some pepper and ting, and I chip.
Oh, I love green peppers, man. I mean, I know obviously that's another mild one. That's not one you're gonna burn if you bite into it. But again, I like the taste of green
You
peppers.
see, people think because I'm from the island, it's like, whoo, it's hot. Yeah, no, we use
Yeah.
it for the taste. Just a little sting in the soup.
Mm.
A little sting in the oil dung. A little
Yeah.
sting in the pilau. You know what I
you're
mean?
not
the
trying to
thing?
drench it.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to, erode my stomach. You know what I mean? And thing, but
Yeah.
so, hey, I don't know if my brother is listening. Well, if he was, he would be on live. Well, go on, brother. I hope
Mhm.
he's having fun up there in Michigan, visiting Royal Oaks, Michigan.
If you're gonna
You
go to
know.
Michigan, this is probably a good time of year to do it because it's not gonna be 5 below, and
He's probably still cold. It was 62 last night.
you're cold when it's 62.
What are you talking about, man?
Oh yeah,
Don't be
right.
saying that. I don't want him to know that.
Come on, man. Temperature. You can walk out of here. Temperature gonna be 75, and you go, "Ooh, it's chilly."
Last night was chilly.
Well, yeah. Last night did actually drop down into the 50s.
It did.
Yeah.
Man, I
When
was freezing.
when I woke up, I think it was 58. Another one of your friends tuning in.
Yeah, it's Missy Pooh. What's What's up, Missy Pooh? I've known Melissa, good Lord, since Sean was like 2, 3.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
wow.
She used to stay in that dorm right out here. And
Okay.
She used to babysit Sean.
Buskirk.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Right there across from where where they play cricket and stuff.
Yeah, the grass
yeah.
fields. Yeah. Buskirk.
Buskirk, yeah. Yeah. That's
That one is still in use.
Yeah. But what you saw some vibe
Yeah.
that got you all riled and thing.
Well, not really riled. It's just I'm tired of seeing some of this stuff. Somebody had put up on Twitter talking about Warwick Dunn and the good works that he does. And for those of you who don't know who Warwick Dunn is, he was an All-American running back at Florida State. One of the best players they've ever had. First round draft pick in the NFL by Tampa Bay. Oh man, brains just kind of yeah. Drafted by Tampa. Well, that's not good, man. Played with Tampa.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah, getting old. Played with Tampa for several years. Then started with the Falcons as well. I think he finished his career back in Tampa for maybe another year or two. But anyway, really good player. Unfortunately, he's probably never going to go to the Hall of Fame. But his whole career, he's done a lot of great works with Habitat for Humanity and basically trying to give houses to, obviously, worthy families, if you want to call it that. And a lot of times it's to single moms because he grew up with a single mom. And his mom was a police officer in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She ended up, unfortunately, getting killed. And so he had to kind of finish out raising the rest of his siblings, and still went to college, still went on to the NFL. And so that was kind of his thing once he got to the pros, that he wanted to be able to give houses to single moms who are working and trying to take care of everybody. And You know, and it's not, he's not just giving them a house. I mean, it's fully furnished. I think he even buys, you know, toys and stuff for the kids. You know, it comes packed even with groceries and things like that. So I mean, he's giving them a, you are ready to live in
Yeah,
this.
give them
And
a complete start.
yeah, and one of the families that got it was, for those of you who do follow the NFL, Deshaun Watson, the quarterback for the Houston Texans. When he was a youngster, his family was one of the ones that got one of the houses. And Warwick Dunn, I don't even know the number of houses this guy has given away. I mean, it is a lot. And so somebody posted about it, and they said, you know, this is so great, such great work. And I forget one of the other hashtags they put in it, but the one that caught my attention just because of the people's reactions after the post was, she put hashtag Black Excellence. And that set some white people off. Whole lot of white, you know, okay, let me say this first. Most of the replies to the original post were, oh, this is so great. We need to hear more stories of people doing things like this. You know, it had nothing to do with her putting on there the Black Excellence. It had nothing to do with that. It was just, oh, yeah, I remember Warwick Dunn. Oh, he was one of my favorite players. You know, just whatever. But there were definitely some white people who said, why do we have to put Black Excellence? Shouldn't it be just human excellence, you know? And there were even some people who said, you know, hey, this is human excellence, you know, but there were obviously some who had to add in, why does it have to be Black Excellence? You know, it's like, we should just be calling this human excellence. And then an African American then responded to them, and you and I have talked before about how people can't seem to respond without calling names.
And instead of explaining it.
Yes,
to
and
them.
instead of just explaining and saying, you know, hey, why can't we be proud of, you know, somebody who's our own, you know, doing these great works? No,
just like you are. The only difference is the people who are speaking up.
yeah, but you know, but he had to add calling them racist wimps and crybabies and whatever. And it's like, man, can we please just stop with the name calling? That doesn't help. And one thing, and I wanted to ask you this was, okay, let's say Peyton Manning does a lot of humanitarian acts too. If somebody posted about that and they put hashtag white excellence, what do you think the reaction to that would be?
Oh yeah, he's a racist.
Well, not he, but obviously whoever posted it. Because I'm not okay. Warwick Dunn didn't post this about himself.
I know.
I'm saying if somebody else posted this
They
about
say that
Peyton
person
Manning.
is a racist.
Okay,
If it was a
yeah.
white person that did,
Yeah.
they'd call him a racist.
Yeah,
You
but
know what
yet,
I mean?
you know,
But you see, no, not but.
yeah,
Here's the thing, okay? People are always saying, you know, first off, you hear the same people who are saying, why can't it be human excellence there?
Mm-hmm.
Where are all the black men to be role models for the black children? Those are the same
True.
people that are saying
True,
that.
yeah.
But when a black man does something good and they accentuate that, then they go, why
Yeah.
can't it be human excellence? Well,
Yeah.
what do you want?
Yeah.
You see, they want to control the action and the narrative at the
Yeah.
same time.
And you know what? Look, me seeing the hashtag Black Excellence didn't bother me.
Yeah.
But as obviously what we do with this show,
Yeah.
seeing that made me go, oh God, I got to see what people
Yeah,
are saying.
yeah.
You're saying with
You see,
this now.
here's the deal too, man. You know what I mean?
And they turned a post that was supposed to be just a good thing, somebody doing something good,
Yeah.
into a racial fight.
But you see, here's the thing. I've seen posts up there where somebody talk about, let's say, Larry Bird, and you know, and people say, yeah, that's a real white man doing good things or something like that,
Yeah.
right? It didn't bother me neither. And then not too many people go up there and be angry. So people do say, this white guy doing this. They do say it too. I mean, they say, even when you're just talking to your buddies, it's like, yeah, that white boy, Larry Bird, man, he kicking butt, man. They couldn't touch him. He's a goat, you know, and they carrying on like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then they go back and forth, and it's not a big deal. The climate we in now is what's
Yes.
creating this situation.
Yeah.
Everything is political. You stump your big toe, That's a political thing.
Oh, I loved it when you used to joke about that. It was like, oh, I just kicked the bedpost.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Obama's fault.
Yeah, you conned me into stepping on that pin that poked me in my leg, Obama.
Yeah.
But
well, because obviously at the time it seemed like everybody was blaming everything on him, even if he had absolutely nothing to do with it. And to be quite honest, it's happening with Trump too.
Oh yeah.
There are things that you see get blamed on him where you go, really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. He had nothing to do with that.
The other day I just finished my lunch at work, and this person walked behind me, and you know what happened when an old man eat lunch, and I said, I'm sorry, man, that Trump, he caused that to happen. You know what I mean? So
you know what happens when an old man eat lunch?
Sometimes that avocado just causes all kind of problems. Just like Obama caused me to stop my toe. You know, this was my man's fault.
Yeah. He's the new one in charge now. So
you know what I mean? So it's got to be his fault. You know what I mean?
Oh man. But I still was just, I just hated the fact that another post of somebody doing something good had to get turned into a racial fight. And, and like I said, it didn't bother me to see the hashtag Black Excellence. It didn't bother me, but just because of, like I said, the things that we like to look at and talk about on this show, you see something like that and you go, oh God, what are people saying now?
Yeah.
And of course you scroll down and you're seeing it. And, and if pretty much, now, like I said, there were others who were going, just focusing on, oh man, this is human excellence, and not having to do the whole, and there were people of all races who were doing that, but the people who had to focus on, why does it have to be black excellence, this should be human excellence, those people were white.
You see, and those are the people who always say they're in the middle.
Yeah.
Y'all better move out of my space, man, because y'all in the middle.
Well, again, that's something else that we've talked about too. Remember,
we're talking middle excellence here.
Remember, we love some average. No, that's another one that you and I have talked about, where it's, hey, white liberals know everybody's struggle better than the person who's been through it.
Yeah, there's a drink that I'm going to put out here called Mocha Lib. You drink it, and you're going to understand the brother's struggle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, even when I drink it, I feel blacker. That's the only way I could understand the struggle, is if I drink it.
Yeah. Oh man, but
yeah, and going, it's the same thing. Okay, I don't know how other people see it, but I see it as like, well, that side is telling me, you know what I mean, pull yourself up by the bootstrap, and that side tell me, well, you could do it, but only I could tell you how, because I know how you feel.
Yeah. So basically, it's almost like they're telling you, you can't do anything without our help.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? You need me.
We got to help little old you.
You know what I mean? You little black you. Only us can tell you wagwan here. You know what I mean? And by the way, stop speaking proper English. We got to tell you not to do that. Because you're not black enough if you do.
Well, and okay, some of the artists that I've got some new songs from, an artist named Superman, Prolific the Rapper,
Snotty Nose.
Snotty Nose Rez Kids. I haven't played that one yet. That one's going to be coming up in the next hour. I think they're both from Canada. But and another one, Natani Means, I hope I'm saying his first name right, another song called Warrior. And there's some other ones I'm going to look up. But I mean, that's another one where, I almost, boy, with you looking at the screen like that, that looks like it's really showing your age, man, because you're trying to, but
what are you talking about? I'm 25.
But when you listen to some of their stuff, and obviously even talking to others, like, okay, you remember me talking about Lee, the guy I used to work with years ago, and he told me that when you go looking for books about Native American history or whatever, he said you need to be careful on who and what you get, especially if it's a white author. He said because he said honestly there are sometimes that some native tribes and stuff, when that white person goes and visits them, if they can tell that they're not true and honest in what they're trying to do, they would just tell them anything.
Oh, I've done that one back home.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that.
You go, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could definitely see you doing
we want to sacrifice one of y'all's.
But again, it's the white person who feels that they know how to tell the story better than they do, and he said you've got to be really careful about what you get, and so even for them, it seems like okay, well, this white person over here has to tell your struggle because you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to say it right or something like that.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean. Black people do that too, though.
No. Well,
you have, because I'm from a black country, and you have like black people who are considered themselves elitist.
Yeah.
But you're not working hard enough or something. Black people do that too.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about people like Ben Carson and.
That is true. Maybe we need to forget race on that one and just put them into the I think I know it all category.
Yeah.
I really don't want to call it know-it-all because most of the time they really don't.
Yeah.
So I don't want them to actually...
I want to say put them in the purgatory, but that's our lane. You're still... That's a rude boy lane right there. We in purgatory. We don't swing left, we don't swing right, and we don't curve.
We occasionally can dip our hands off to the side.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, because I have some conservative views. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean?
There are good views on both sides, but unfortunately, again, when you let people get in control and they know they can take control, what happens?
They take control.
Yeah, they take control.
And they abuse the control.
And things get worse.
You know what I mean? But, what people, okay. And then I saw another post with Warren Dunn, and he gave a house to a single mom, and somebody was, instead of going, because in the world we live in, single moms or single parents is a reality.
Yeah. And again, the explanation as to why he gives them to single moms is because that's what he was raised with, was a single mom.
And somebody's like, why are they giving these houses to these single moms? You know what I mean? They should teach about fatherhood and blah, blah. Listen, sometimes the father is in the house and he's ineffective.
Yeah.
So the mother is sometimes a single mom. And generally speaking, if you look at the culture, mothers pretty much are single moms because, back in the day, the days they want to go back to where the woman stay home and take care of the house and the man go out. And usually the man go out and hang out with the boys after he finish work anyway. So the mom is a single mom anyway. You know what I mean?
You got to go have that drink.
He's just bringing in the money.
Yeah.
The difference now is the mom is working and bringing in the money now. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much the only difference there. And the whole idea that if a woman raises a male child, he's not going to be a man. What am I? I'm not exactly running on the street wearing dresses and stuff. I mean, I'm not there's anything wrong with that, but that's what the implication is. Mm-hmm. That he's going to be feminine and, he wouldn't know how to handle this and handle that. I was raised by a single mom. Mm-hmm. How come I'm not running around here, quote unquote, being soft like this here? You know what I mean? I'm a nice person, but then everybody should aspire to be that. I'm not boasting saying I'm nice. I work hard at being a good person. Mm-hmm. I'm not the best. I'm not perfect, but you know what I mean? Whatever my mom taught me, I try to implement that. You know what I mean? Go get an education. Bam, I did it. Now, if it was up to my dad, I wouldn't get an education.
Well, here's another one you're talking about as far as, going back to certain times or whatever. How often were kids from rich families not even really raised by either parent? They were raised by a nanny.
You know what I mean?
So a woman coming in and taking care of, the children or whatever. So it was a nanny.
Oh, and I mean, look at the what is it? Remember the Menendez brothers? Yeah. Pow, pow, pow. Both parents gone. They were raised in the house with both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's the whole, gender roles they took it a bit too far, I think. You know, I mean, look in the animal kingdom. A lot of female animals raise the kids. They still end up being the best hunters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, surviving out there. So are human beings too stupid to do that? Is that what you're saying? Are the animals smarter than us, so that where the females could raise kids to be warriors?
Generally, when you hear something about, especially like, okay, in, you know, this part of the country, you know, in the woods and all that, what do you hear? Mama bear and her cubs.
Yeah.
Don't go near Mama bear and her cubs.
They'll beat up the male bears.
Hey, male bear may not even be there. You know, it's Mama bear and her cubs.
Yeah.
And you know, and don't go anywhere near them because Mama bear is going to get protective.
Yeah. And she's raising the children, and teaching them how to be, you know, male and female.
There was, I remember one time when I was going driving along Skyline Drive, a whole bunch of people were stopped off on the side, and I thought, man, what in the world is going on? I'm looking around everywhere and I can't see anything. So I kind of pulled over and I asked somebody. I said, "What's going on?" And they said, "Well, there's a family of bears up in that tree." Okay, so I went ahead and pulled over, but I didn't get as close as some other people were getting. And, you know, and the park rangers are out there trying to tell them, you know, hey, back away from the tree, please, especially if they're trying to come down. And I kept my distance, and you know what? Hey, camera phones can zoom in. You know, you don't have to be right underneath them to get good video, but everybody thinks they have to get closer to get good video, whatever. But as Mama Bear's coming down first, because she wants to make sure everything's going to be okay when she gets to the ground, because there's people everywhere. She's coming down. There's some idiots standing right by the tree at the bottom, looking up, taking photos. Park ranger saying, "I'm telling you, you've got to step away." What happens? Mama Bear looks down and they scatter. Mama Bear comes down. She scampers into the bushes. Unfortunately, those people then come back to try and get video of the cubs coming down. And what do you hear come out of the bushes? Scatter again. Again, Mama Bear being protective. She's not there going, "Will you please get away from my kids?"
You know what I mean? Yeah, smiling. Hey, human.
Yeah.
With that thingamajig in your hand, could you please go away?
Exactly.
No, she'll bust you up.
Yeah, so that whole...
And she's teaching them everything they know to be, you know, to be adults.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you want to go be, grown bears, you know?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
So if a mama bear could teach the kids that out in the wild where everything is a survival of the fittest...
Yeah.
What makes you think that a human
mom,
female can't do that?
Exactly.
And possibly do it better than the male?
And you know what? Same thing too. Single fathers who are trying to take care of their families. I mean, it's...
Nah, that just screws kids up. They're going to turn out to be a bunch of runaround players. Breaking women's hearts all over the place. You know, trying to be the Lion King and you know, bust up everything in the jungle.
Oh man!
But yeah, I mean, but think about it.
Single parents in general have obviously got it hard.
I mean, so if you say that a single mom cannot raise a son, how is it that you're not saying a single dad can't raise a daughter?
I know. Yeah, you know what? I feel like I have heard more often single moms can't raise a son to be a man more than I've heard a single father can't raise a daughter to be a woman.
Because you see the culture, the subconsciousness of the culture is that, well, he's in charge of her, which means her husband's going to be in charge of her.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's not much reason to do. Somebody's going to tell her what to do regardless if it's the father or the husband.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's like that prevalently now, but subconsciously people think that stuff. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you still hear people say, yeah, people like my boy is a player, and including women. They got all the girls, you know, but then with the daughter, oh, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, I'll shoot somebody. You know what I mean? You hear that. How come you don't shoot somebody that's messing with your son?
Hey,
because some of them women, man.
Man. Well, Nas in that one song that he's got daughters, he said that basically God giving us a beautiful daughter is payback for how we were as youngsters, giving us dad's beautiful daughters as payback for how we were as youngsters.
Yeah.
Because now they're the ones looking at their daughter going, oh man, I know how I used to think, and I got to protect her from that.
Yeah. Yeah, but who is he to say that when he was like that, terrorizing somebody's daughter?
And that's the thing. It's got to stop somewhere, and not just telling the daughter to watch out for this. Somebody's got to tell the sons to not be like that.
Okay, I saw something really funny though, because I was watching.
He can't even say it first. He's got to laugh.
I was watching this guy be interviewed, and I mean, this is not a Trump bashing thing. This is just to prove the point that we say here.
Okay.
Okay, forget the whole thing about Trump in this statement here. Just concentrate on what the father did. They asked him, well, what he was standing there with his daughter there and somebody else, and they said, well, what about, the president saying that he could grab women wherever? Mm-hmm. And the man was like, well, I wish I could grab women, wherever. And he said, but my daughter, no. Oh, can I see this in front of my daughter? That's what he said.
Oh.
And the daughter was in her late 20s, was an older person. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
He's a man. He could do that.
I can grab whoever I want, but not...
Nobody grabs mine.
Yeah, but you know what? That's somebody else's daughter.
Yeah. But they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care. I mean, you know what I mean? You see a lot of these hip-hop people that listen to that music, oh yeah, but not my daughter. You gonna put some respect on her name.
you spit on the microphone with that one?
Yeah, I did. You know what I mean?
Oh, that was a joke, and he really did. Wipe that off.
You had a thump in. But I don't think. See, and that's the thing. We're raising people with gender roles instead of with a human role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was raised with a human role.
Well, and you know what, too? It's because of, the people who believe that the gender roles and you can't change them. Then I was thinking about this the other night. I was watching Star Wars again, go figure. And you'll have people who will get mad that, okay, and even though this is fiction, this is science fiction, this is just a movie, that they would give a part like... a future Jedi, Rey, to a woman. Like, what is wrong with that? And then, oh my God, General Leia, and then, I can't remember the other one who temporarily took over while Leia was unconscious. And it's, it's like they get angry that they put women in charge, and it's like, man, why can't the women fight too? If they want to see. And again, obviously, this from the fictional story. If they want to see things change, then why shouldn't they be allowed to be a part of the fight?
Let me ask you this question, because I remember a funny story from my brother back home.
Again, he can't even get it out without laughing.
Let's say there's an emergency in a building, right?
Okay.
Do you think every man for himself, or you usher the women and stuff out first? Every human being for themselves. Now, that's where it gets kind of tough with that.
Yeah, but... also with that one too, I feel like if you can, you should just try and help whoever.
Yeah. Well, let's say, what if you're in a place, right?
Yeah.
And you're alarm goes off, lights turn up, and you try to run.
I thought, is that the women you pass by down 4th Avenue screaming like that?
No. They just go, whoa, he's so good looking. But anyway. But so, and you're trying to run and somebody's hanging on to you, and it's like you're the man and the person is the woman. What do? You know what I mean? You're trying to get away, but she's so strong, you can't move.
Well, but is she? Well, you're confusing me here.
She's not trying to get away. She's just frozen.
Then you help her get away.
Well, he tried, but he couldn't. She wouldn't move. So he kind of pulled away and went outside, and by the time he get out there, she was waiting there to slap him in the face. I'm a woman. I guess you were supposed to die with her.
I say you just try to help whoever you can.
Oh, he tried, but she was strong. So he finally was like, I can't help you.
But she beat him out there, though?
She got out there before he did. She's strong. She probably knocked a few people on the way out.
And some coach is going,
So
I
she-
need to sign her.
She was quite capable of taking care of herself, but you know, and then she pulled a woman card.
Well, actually, in one of the newer Star Wars, there's when they're getting attacked, Finn grabs Rey by the hand and she tries to get him to stop. She's like, I know how to run without you holding my hand. But
No,
I mean,
you know,
look, when you know there's somebody who can definitely take care of themselves. I mean, that's one thing, but obviously, you know,
and it's people.
and I say anybody
yeah.
who's weaker,
Yeah.
because you could have a 95-year-old man that you've got to help get out of there.
Nah, he on his own, man. Man up. I'm teasing. That was a joke. I was raised by a woman and I'm more man than you. Come on now.
Get that cane going. You can get out of here.
You know what I mean? The thing, you know? Yeah, you know, act like Benny Hill slap you, Benny Hinn slap you in the face and run.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, you know, over the years and stuff, man.
Well, I'm really amazed at some of the things that people find to. It's one thing to sit there and, you know, like gripe with your friends about something, but it's another to go publicly and scream about how this is wrong. And I
Yeah.
remember there were people who wanted to boycott Star Wars because they gave a leading role to a black man, John Boyega, who was playing Finn. You know, like, really, you're gonna make noise about that? It's a freaking movie, man. Come
Oh,
on.
so it's not just black people that give the people funny names. White people do too in movies. Finn. What's that? Shark Fin?
Well, actually, his official name to begin with when he was a stormtrooper was FN 2187, and Poe says, I'm not going to call you that, I'm going to call you Finn. FN, Finn.
Oh, kind of derivative of a bad word, FN.
Oh, God, that never even crossed my mind. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you see what I mean?
What's wrong with you, man?
Dissected everything. You know, I'm just a whining, middle of the road person. You know, be living in that political correctness and thing, you know what I mean? You know, come on now, people stop. And you know, some people going sarcasm. You know, you guys live off of sarcasm. You should
Oh,
notice it
man.
when you hear it.
Yeah. But it's weird, you know. You've got people who, well, I can be sarcastic all I want to, but man, you can't do it to me.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I can dish it out, but I can't take it. You know.
I know quite a few people like that. You know what I mean?
I worked with a guy who asked me one time. He said, "Man, why do you guys mess with me like that?" And I said, "Because you're so sensitive."
Well, I
You
dish it
know?
regardless.
I said, "You dish it out, but you can't take it back."
And if I
said,
see-
and that's what we're doing. You know, because like, I'm sorry, but we realize, man, he can't take it.
But that's bullying, Scott. What you?
Hey, he does the same thing to us. He did the same thing to us. My mom's tuning in. How's it going, Mom? I'm still trying to stay calm. She knows what I'm talking about. But I mean, hey, to me, that's firing back at a bully.
Yeah.
And if the bully can't take it,
But you see, you know, I remember in a day, you know, I had bullies, but bullying meant they bapping you around, like ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if you say something, you know, like if you tease somebody,
you're
you
such
know,
a
and you're
bully.
joking. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, and if you know my personality, I mean, Miss Melissa knows me. I tease Melissa constantly all
and
the time.
And you know what's funny too is if you're joking with somebody who knows you're joking.
Yeah.
But somebody outside of you hears that.
Yeah.
They can easily go, "Hey, he's bullying them."
Yeah. You know what I mean?
And then now you've got to defend yourself.
I don't. I start going after them.
I meant if boss calls you in, you got to defend yourself.
I'll go after the boss. I don't care. Boss,
Equal opportunity.
You know, what kind of
He
shirt is
doesn't
that you
care.
have on, boss?
Equal opportunity. He does
Walking
not
here
care
looking
who he goes
like
after.
walking here looking like Pee Wee Herman. What's wrong with you? Most of the people that do that too, they're used to me by now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen, if I don't tease you, that means I don't care about you. So
Talking about the shirt or whatever. I had a manager that I worked with at Burger King when I was in high school. That the big boss showed up. The guy who owned the place, and he came in, and it was in the winter, and he was wearing one of those ridiculous looking sweaters. And the manager, Brian, he goes, "Oh, that's such a nice sweater."
You see a bully in your name names.
Come on, I haven't talked to him in years. I don't care. But I picked on him after he did this because he's in there going, "Oh, Mr. Smith, that's such a lovely sweater, Mr. Smith. Where did you get that lovely sweater, Mr. Smith?" And I'm sitting there going, he was the biggest butt kisser I had ever met in my life. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah.
The amount of butt kissing that guy would do. We ribbed him so hard one night after the big boss finally left. And I told him, I said, "Man, you need to go ahead." Well, first, actually, this other girl was working with Misty. She told him, she said, "Yeah, Brian, I think you need to go back to the bathroom and wipe off something. You got a little something there on your nose." And I said, "Man, you had your head so far up his butt, it's on your ears back there, man." I said, "You need to wipe your ears off." Oh, he was getting
You went
so
from
mad.
a blonde to a chestnut.
But it was just to listen to him. I mean, you're going, "Oh my God, I'm about to throw up. This is disgusting."
You see, I've got to get this prescription of my glasses fixed because your mom.
It's so funny to watch you go up to that screen.
Your mom responded by saying, "We are here," and I thought she said, "We out here." And I was saying, "Your mom's getting hip." You've been playing some of your music for your mom.
They don't listen to that. They just listen to when we talk. They don't listen to the music. I know that. I do know a way to keep them listening to the next song. If I end up playing like Richie Havens' "Freedom" as that first, they'll listen to that one. Then they'll turn it off after that.
What is this hippity hop stuff?
Yeah. What is that?
Hey guys,
how's it going? Hey, I'm laughing. I gotta laugh. I've had a rough couple of weeks, and it's just like, man, I just want to laugh. Sometimes work makes you want to just not gonna go into it, but
listen, dude. I was at work the other day, and this guy came in there, and he's got on the 10-gallon hat.
Oh yeah.
The cowboy boots. The Wrangler jeans,
the
big belt buckle, and 2 guns on his side.
Was he coming from a reenactment or was it a play?
I don't know, but I thought I had to run for the nearest underground railroad. So this dude.
The Cowboys are coming back. Oh no!
I thought it was the again part of that slogan. I mean, he was like, cool. That's what his shoes say. You know what I mean? He's got 2 guns, dude, in holsters.
That's what I'm wondering. Is like, was he coming from acting in something? Hopefully those things were
dude,
fake.
you know how many people walk in there with guns on the side?
I know that, but I'm talking about just the whole outfit, man. I'm hoping. That's fake, man.
He was dressed for a showdown at sundown at the ending of Wayne County, at the Wayne County line.
Gunfight in Wayne County
You know
Corral.
what I mean? Yeah.
Forget the OK Corral in Dodge City, man.
Just past Camden Park.
You know, the first time I ever saw Camden Park, man, that thing looked like something straight out of a
For
Stephen King book.
those of us who don't know what that is, that's a
little amusement park,
yeah.
Just a little bit west of Huntington and before you would get into Kentucky. Man, I saw that and I thought, man, I'm waiting for the clown from It to come out, I'm like, is there a doom cloud hanging over this thing? I'm like, oh, man. All I could think of was Stephen King would come here and go, I got another book title.
That's been there a long time, though.
No, I know
it's
that,
been there forever. But
and I've talked to some people who grew up here, and they said, they go, when I was a kid, that place was fantastic, and then it just kind of started to slip away. I don't know what it is now. I've never been there. I've only driven past it.
Yeah, I've been there with my son.
To me, when you see some of those rickety rides, I'm like, I am not taking a chance on that sucker.
See, going back to I saw somebody come into shop with the gun in a holster, like they're What is that? Bruce Willis.
Oh, your friend Melissa asked if he had Spurs. Was he wearing Spurs? Just the boots.
He wasn't jingling like it's Christmas. You know, he wasn't a Hollywood cowboy. You know what I mean? He was a Waynewood cowboy.
Oh, we got to get out of here, man. Okay, anyway, you were starting to say something about Bruce Willis?
Yeah, dude come in there, right? And he had a gun in the holster.
Okay.
You know how Bruce Willis have his gun in the holster here?
Oh, the ones up top
Oh,
here.
yeah, he had one there. And he had a baby.
The shoulder holster, basically.
And he had a baby in his hand, laying on the gun.
Oh, there's a good idea.
Little baby with no shoes on,
Boy,
just
I
kicking
hope
and
that
stuff, you
thing's
know,
got
and
a
he's
safety
shopping.
on it.
And I'm like, wow. Oh, dude, check this out. I was reading somewhere, and I don't know where it was, but they have elementary school have a raffle, and you know what they win in?
What?
A rifle. I mean, that's where we are now. When I was a kid, we raffle out like, you know, some pâtés, you know what I mean? We raffle out some candy. They're raffling out rifles in elementary school. And you see the comments.
Was this in Texas?
I don't know. I can't remember where it was. Just to see the comments. That's a great thing. I want 20 of those tickets. Grown men.
Oh, of course.
You know, yeah. You know, oh, yeah, that'll teach them about the Second Amendment. Is it the Second Amendment?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll teach them about the Second Amendment. No, they're raffling it out. They're not saying, you act like they're raffling off the Second Amendment or something. No, they're raffling off a gun. Those kids are going around saying, you could win a gun. You understand what I'm saying? This is where we are right now. This is where we are. Kids are raffling off guns to get school supplies. Yes, still they cut in funding for education, but the kids are raffling off guns.
Well, that's how they're trying to get the funding back.
Well, they had
we had our budget cut, so if you all would buy tickets to our raffle, you can win a gun.
You know what I mean? I guess that's another way of keeping the economy going, you know what I mean? Wow, kids are raffling off a rifle.
Oh man.
Did you see that one where those kids were going from door to door, fundraising for school? Like
no, yeah, I think you told me
four
about
black
this,
kids,
yeah.
and the woman who is the wife of a warden put them down on their belly with their hands crossed behind their back and a gun pointed at them until the cops come.
And they were going door to door doing fundraising stuff for their school, right? But yet, we don't have any racial problems in this country. It's the libtards who are the ones who are saying everything's racial.
And some of them libtards is part of the problem too.
Well, yeah, because they're telling you your struggle. I still remember being there when that one professor said, "No, let me tell you what it means to be Rasta." I was like,
Yeah.
I hadn't even known you for that long by that point. I was like, wow, this is kind of, it was a little brazen.
Yeah.
This old white woman, I'm going to tell you what it is to be Rasta.
And here I'm standing with dreadlocks all the way down to my bum.
I know, I'm thinking, I know I haven't known him that long, but I swear he's lived it. I'm going to tell you what it is.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Thank you. I'll get you a drink of Mocha Lib.
I can't wait to see that commercial when you make that, man.
But
oh, gosh.
What else have I seen that okay, now this lady in Michigan, and this is pretty funny to me, but this lady in Michigan says that she wants to keep her tongue white.
Okay.
And actually, this is quite funny, you know? She wants to keep her tongue white. So she said...
Sorry, reality's tuning in. What's up, reality?
My brother, New York style. But do you have new music, dude? I saw you on Facebook bopping your head to something in your car.
You got some new music, man.
You holding it out on us, brother? Is that what's going on? But
the councilwoman in Michigan.
Oh man, that was so funny. You know what I mean? To me, it was. You know, she said we want to keep.
Well, you
on.
laugh at this stuff, so I mean,
we want to keep our neighborhood white. She said, but you know, let me explain. Now, if a black couple move in, that's okay, as long as they're both black. But we don't believe in this mixing stuff, you know. Oh yeah, and them they're foreigners. That's what she said, the foreigners.
Yeah.
So somebody said, well, what is your heritage? She said German. And they said, well, what if a German person, somebody from Germany moved in there? Well, I guess, you know, that would be all right. And they said, okay, let's rephrase this. What if a foreign Nigerian moving and a foreign German moving? And she went, humana. And she said, I would have to think about that. No, you don't.
Man.
You already said what you won't say.
Yeah, exactly.
But now you realize they got you over a barrel.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? It's funny how they're saying such things and they don't want to seem like if they're against said things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You just said it.
Yeah, it's like, did that actually come out of my mouth? How can I correct this? Too late.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, and the thing is, not only have they started to, like you said, open mouth, insert foot.
Yeah.
Now they're munching on their foot. They're up to their ankle. They're chewing their way up to their knees.
Yeah.
You know, and then with this woman, it sounds like she's chewing her way all the way up to her own head.
You know, I mean, she was
Because
just
she
was just
deeper
standing
and
there
deeper
going
and deeper.
back and forth. And I tell you what, I was watching something, and it was this. They just had this big thing in where was that? Portland, with Antifa and the Proud Boys. And man.
Okay. What is Antifa? I don't
Antifa
know.
is some kind of something against fascism. It's a so-called far left. And then you have the Proud Boys who are far right.
Okay.
You know, and of course, both sides are saying, no, we down the middle. So here's Antifa. And Antifa has got this brother, bald head, and of course he's playing the angry brother. I came here to bang! You know, like he's a WWE character. You know what I mean? Dude, how am I going to take you seriously?
Hey, we've already seen that, you know, Trump's people want to hire folks to come to his rallies and stuff like that. Maybe they hired too. Maybe they put an ad out for an actor and was like, "Hey, we need you to basically play like a gangbanger," you know.
I mean, well, he wasn't even a gangbanger. He was acting like what's
saying I came out here to bang. I mean,
what's that movie that Mel Gibson was in where they were all in the desert and stuff?
Mad Max?
He looked like a character from Mad Max, dude.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, he did. Bald head. I mean, I'll be honest with you.
He was dressed like a Raiders fan?
He wasn't dressed. Yeah, looking more like a cheesehead. Sorry, Anthony. but you know, and he's in out there, and he's like, here, and and he's just following the reporter around, because every time then he started to attack the reporter because the reporter was white, and you know, what are you doing here? And I was like, dude.
Well, you know what? If he was hired, they were definitely getting their money's worth.
Oh
for him.
yeah. I mean, you know, I don't even know if he knew what Antifa meant either. I mean, what point are you trying to get across here? You out there to complain about people being fascists and terrorizing people and using violence, and you are out there going, I'm ready to bang. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of times anymore, people just completely lose whatever message they were trying to go for. I mean, think about when the whole Occupy thing happened.
Yeah.
I feel like they lost that one fast.
Oh, yeah.
Because now you got people, because it's the trendy thing. So now you got people walking around going, man, I'm about to occupy that sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, if nobody comes and claims that bike, I'm about to occupy that bike. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know, and it's just it gets lost, because then you have other people who are just like, oh, I got to get in on this somehow. Wait a minute, what the hell are we doing again?
Yeah.
You know.
But you see, I think that there was done on purpose though, because I think all of that started with how should I put it? Placed. Oh man, I'm looking for somebody. Anyway,
well,
you see it in commercials first, because it wasn't big until you start seeing commercials say Occupy Ford and Occupy, and then everybody want to occupy pizzas and all. You know what I mean? Because it become the trendy thing to say. And what people fail to realize is things don't just become trendy. Somebody plant that in your head. You know what I mean? Some
subconscious brainwashing.
Some comedian, some news thing, or somebody planned that in there. Nobody was sitting at home and go, oh, we could say occupy everything.
Yeah.
That
pretty
stuff,
much.
you see it happening. Somebody put it on Saturday Night Live or something. You know what I mean? And they inadvertently is creating the diluting of some things
Yeah.
that really should mean something.
And then when they have a rally for it, obviously the reporters who are on, let me say, the opposite side of whatever that rally is for, will find the people and interview them that they know have really no idea what they're actually there for.
Oh, yeah.
But they will sit there and spout off like they know everything, and meanwhile the reporter's going, "You're a fool."
Yeah, and they
know.
do it to both, and it happens with both liberals.
Well,
and,
that's
you
what
know,
I'm saying.
and, you know,
Whatever side they're on of the rally. Yeah.
I'd see them. I'd see them interview liberals and go, "Oh my goodness!" And you talk about Trump people.
Yeah.
Are you listening to yourself?
No, they're not. I think they just kind of tune in and out. Their mouth starts, and after a while, their brain's going. So
Well,
what,
you know,
what am I going to have for dinner tonight?
You know, with
after
these
this?
liberals and them, they're a bunch of pot smoking people. They have an excuse.
Maybe they are really thinking about what food they're going to get when they get back.
So what's the conservatives' excuse? You know, I do have a drink called.
Man, are you kidding me? They're smoking pot too. What do you-
Nah, I do have a drink for the conservatives too. It's called Carnade. Coming to a store near you.
Oh man. It's too bad we really can't actually make these, you know.
You know what I mean? They probably would sell because
yeah.
you know the liberals will buy up the
You know what, and
the Carnade.
You know, and we probably ought to get back to music here in a moment, but you know, just talking about making stuff. I was thinking about this the other day of how it amazes me that we, you know, and even from people who are total health nuts, you know, who try to watch every little itty bitty thing that they eat, but they basically need to have chemicals to stay awake during the day, whether it's drinking a buttload of coffee, tea, or the energy drinks, right? But then because of all that, well, now they need chemicals to go to sleep. So now they're trying to take natural sleep pills and all that. You know, it's like, man, we are really relying on so much stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I've even tried to tell a certain person that I work with, and this time I will not say a name. You know, when he's talking about how tired he is and he needs to have another cup of coffee, I go, dude, you do realize that you can actually get energy from food. You know, if you eat something, if you eat breakfast, an actual breakfast, that can help give you energy for at least part of your day.
Yeah.
You know, I know. I mean, look, okay, I am not a morning person. I'm not somebody who the alarm goes off and I'm, all right, let's get moving. Okay, I'm ready for the day. No. I need a little time and the dog probably hates this sometimes. I'll turn the alarm off and then I got to basically just kind of lay in bed and stretch for a few minutes while she's up going, I got to go outside. Let's hurry this up. Let's get moving. But I don't drink coffee. I don't drink energy drinks. I don't go to sleep with sleeping pills. Like I don't rely on any of that stuff, but I do actually eat breakfast. You know, I mean, I look, I'm not going to say my diet's perfect, okay? You know, for the people who are health nuts, I love chili dogs. I love pizza. You know, hey, I know I eat bad crap, but I don't know. I'm glad that I'm not reliant on things like coffee and energy drinks just to make it through a day.
I know. Hey, Cody, what's up, my brother? Wagwan with you.
What's up? And thank you all for tuning in here on Facebook Live as well as right here on 88.1 WMUL FM, the cutting edge of your radio dial-in on the campus of Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia. Do you think I've had to say that a few times? And also on www.marshall.edu/WMUL.
And we're not going to be on next Saturday.
Yes, we will not be on next Saturday because there is a Marshall football game, and the game time, even if it was something I didn't have to work, WMUL would be there calling the game, so we would not be on. And there's one Saturday in September, so hang on. All right, next Saturday, August 31st, we will not be on. The first Saturday in September, we will be on. And then after that through September, we will not be on. I forget which day in October we will finally be back on, but sorry. And again, you know, a lot of these games, even if I didn't have to work them, MUL would be calling them because obviously that's what they do. You know, they call all these events, whether it's men's soccer, women's soccer, volleyball, football, you know, because that's what's going on right now here in the fall. You know, these kids here get all this practice. People get away to be able to tune into these games, you know, so it's great. But
we still have the podcast going up every Wednesday.
Yep.
And now it's going to be every Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Yep.
It's going to go
so
up.
There you go.
Evening.
Something to kind of laugh at while you're trying to calm back down from whatever happened at work.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Because the last one we just did was what? Basically talking about thirsty individuals.
You know what I'm saying? And thing.
You know, that's
Speaking of which,
that's some
I'm
good
kinda
funny
thirsty.
stuff. But I